Guys, we have an urgent breaking news coming out. California City votes to extend police staffing state of emergency. It says here the Vallejo Police Department has been critically understaffed for years. Same thing is happening in New York. I do believe that a lot of them are leaving. They're going to leave. Have you guys noticed that stuff like this only happens in blue states? So they've been extending state of emergency, I believe, since 2023. Give me a second here. The Vallejo Police Department has been critically understaffed for multiple years. Why is that? Well, again, it's a blue state. Whatever they put out there is just, it's not working, causing the city to declare the emergency in 2023. The shortage has led to massively delayed response times, which it's going to happen in New York. Among other issues, the state of emergency must be renewed every 60 days, which is why it was on a Tuesday's agenda. We're going to see what's going on here. At the same time, guys, I have this news I want to share with you. Portland also declares state of emergency when it comes to ICE. So we have multiple state of emergency going on here. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also the description box. Once again, thank you so much for your support. Something broke in the West Coast, and it's not it's not the big one. It's just really bad policy going on out there. It's just mind blowing. I don't know why people keep going for the blue. All right, so this is gonna happen to New York. I guarantee they're gonna be declaring state of emergency because it's understaffed police, and a lot of them seems like they're gonna leave because Zoran has become the mayor elect. All right, so the Vallejo City Council extended a police staffing state of emergency Tuesday, with the mayor and one council member opposed. Now, this information is coming out today, November 10th, 2025. The motion to extend the emergency carried 5-2, with Mayor Andrea and council member Alexander opposed, and with one council member encouraging the police chief to vigorously pursue recruitment efforts. Now I'm going to skip the one that's highlighted, and we're going to go with this one here. Police Chief Jason told the council staffing levels have risen to a total sworn staff of 80, with 2 on disability or injured, 77 full-duty sworn officers, and 40 officers working patrol. This represents progress given that when the staff hit its lowest level in 2023, there were only 62 full-duty sworn officers, the chief said. Nonetheless, at present, we have over 34 vacancies, Ta said. The chief gave a quick rundown of the efforts to supplement enforcement in the city while the department moves to hire more officers. A years-long effort to the Solano County Sheriff's Office to provide deputies and other personnel is almost to finish the line. Now, Solano County Supervisor unanimously approved an amendment contract September 23. 7 deputies will police beats 2, 3, and 4 from 2 p.m. to midnight Wednesday through Sunday for 1 year starting January 1st. The city also approved a contract with AX9 Security in October 2024 to launch a pilot program for unarmed security patrols. Currently in place is an arrangement that has extended since mid-2024, in which the CHP supports Vallejo with enhanced traffic enforcement. against sideshows and reckless driving. The department is also using technology, including surveillance towers and license plate readers. Ta said the latter had been effective, particularly with homicide investigation, he said. All right, so it seems like a lot of stuff is going to be AI. I'm seeing some new technology stuff here, guys. They're bringing in the technology. There's a possibility all this defund stuff, defund the poll, you know what? I do believe they're going to be replaced. They're going to be replaced. I mean, everything's going to be camera. Everything's going to be drones. Everything's going to be like, I don't know if you guys heard about the credit score stuff that goes on in China. You know, I mean, they track everyone. They track everyone. And let's say, you know, you're walking, you know, it's broad daylight, and you cross the street and there's a green light. You're not supposed to cross. Well, they have cameras out there. If you do that, you lose credit scores, meaning that it could lead to, you know, your license being revoked. You won't get a loan, or you probably get punished for it. So again, I do believe something like that we're going to see here eventually. I do believe that, you know, there's going to be a replacement of humans with AI, even law enforcement. Additionally, the department is revitalizing its volunteer program starting in January 2026. Ta said duties will include help with special events, communities engagement, school and safety assistance, and abandoned vehicles. The chief expects to get about 150 hours a month in volunteer time. Other measures are planned or underway as well. With regard to recruitment, Ta said that the department hired a company called All-Star Recruitment to help with marketing. The department also examined its recruitment policies and practices, studying 2023 and 2024 efforts. In 2023, we hired for the entire year 11 officers. That's not bad. That was a year, though, we were losing more officers, Ta said. Within that year, we backgrounded 50 people and hired 11. Our ratio was about 22%. In 2024, the department backgrounded 89 people and hired 23 out of the 89 backgrounds, the chief said. Backgrounding refers to running background checks. Now, we need to background more people than the number of vacancies. I believe if we get that implemented, we're going to see at least 2 or 3 more jobs offers, the chief said. Now, council members, Tonya asked the chief, when do you consider yourself as a police department to be out of a state emergency with all the work going on and with the sheriff office assistants? Ta said there are several factors, including the number of officers. We still have 34 vacancies. That's a lot. Now, the number of officers directly relates to response times. Sometimes crime victims and other lawlessness are waiting for hours at a hospital for officers to arrive to collect evidence. That's an emergency, Ta said. Until these response times get to a more reasonable rate, it will be prudent for the state of emergency to continue. Now you have Linda Ju asks how many background checks will need to be performed in the next year to help ensure that the 34 vacancies will be filled. That looks like at least 170 background checks, she asked. So whatever we need to do to see 170 background checks, let's see that we meet our mark by January 2027. Now, Ta said that he felt the state of emergency was helpful in ensuring that partner agency would continue to give assistance when called upon. We have source noted, I appreciate the progress you have made in shortening response times. I have a different perspective on the state of emergency. So I don't think the community in Vallejo deserves to be in a perpetual state of emergency, with the sheriff's office coming in and the security guard contract, the CHP support, and the support from the legislator, and everything we've done. I think it's time to take responsibility in keeping our residents safe. The mayor said she would prefer that the council continue to look at the numbers and track the goals, moving from a state of emergency to a regular state of police staffing update, and turn the page on those 2 years. One council member, Alexander, joined the mayor in voting against extending the state of emergency. All right, so that's what's going on in California City. They vote to extend police staffing state of emergency. Let's go with Portland really quick here. Portland area county declares a state of emergency over ICE activity as police probed for helping the DHS. A lot of stuff is going on the West Coast. As the U.S. Commander-in-Chief Administration adds federal law enforcement's focus to Portland, Oregon, local officials in neighboring areas are pushing back on the Department of Homeland Security and investigating their own police forces for alleged collaboration. Unrest in Portland area grabbed the U.S. commander attention over the summer, and by late September, he announced deployment of troops to the war-ravaged city, an effort that the U.S. commander-appointed judge blocked in October. Now, Washington County, an area home to about 600,000 people immediately west of Portland, declared a state of emergency last week in response to DHS increased enforcement in the area. Well, something broke in the West Coast. The move opens up $200,000 in emergency funding to help community organizations that served impacted residents, according to Oregon Public Broadcasting. An immigration rights group official was one of several residents to complain about ICE ramping up enforcement, telling OPB that her organization was received 100 phone calls on the matter daily, and that the broken glass is everywhere, from ICE officers breaking car windows to detain occupants. Now, once again, the county commissioner, Nafisa, told the outlet that the resident may benefit from moratoriums on evictions and having their electricity shut off over non-payment if breadwinners and their families are taken away by ICE. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on. Give me a second here, guys. There's advertisement, Santa Claus. I don't want to get hit by that advertisement. So meanwhile, in nearby Eugene, the state's third largest city, the police department will reportedly be subject to independent review over allegation that officers aided or coordinated with federal immigration authorities. The Eugene police auditor, an agency independent of the force itself, will be conducting a complete and thorough investigation, according to Eugene's CBS affiliate, citing an auditor's office official. The issue arose after residents complained that Eugene police were not following Oregon's sanctuary state laws. A police spokeswoman rejected the claim. In the comments to the comments, in the comments to the local NPR affiliate. Eugene Police Department has nothing to do with immigration, nor with raids. Wednesday, said Melinda, adding that images on social media from the event of the week are not Eugene police officers. After a Eugene area ICE raid last week, several lawmakers slammed the federal for violent detentions and allegations that the suspect were not given full due process. All right, so we're going to skip the rest of this here, guys, but you get the picture. There are some state of emergency going on out there in the West Coast. Law enforcement, ICE agents, multiple agencies out there. It goes to tell you the West Coast is broken. And why? Well, you guys are going to be seeing a lot of state of emergency when it comes to a lot of law enforcement leaving. There is a massive exodus that supposedly is going to take place pretty soon. And, yeah, it's going to be like Gotham. Zarwan is the Joker. Free stuff! Free money! Free food! Free everything! Yeah, people's going to find out pretty soon. And again, there ain't going to be no free stuff. But again, the sleeping giant keep falling for these nonsense stories. Free this and free that. Again, when is people going to wake up and realize that the blue is just playing games with them? And the blue just want everybody to commit lawlessness. It's really demonic. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Till next time later. Peace.